to Cook Secret. My name's Mark and we are cooking from my humble kitchen in Caboolture, the epicenter of fine cooking. Today we'll be cooking some beautiful fresh pasta. We hope you like the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe. We also have lots of recipes and information on our website, www.cooksecret.com. Anyway, for now, let's get right into it. Here we go. So, very simple recipe to remember in your head. You don't have to worry about cookbooks or anything like that. 100 grams of flour, all-purpose flour, and 1 egg, and that's essentially what it is. What we're going to do, we're going to posh it up a bit with a little bit of saffron. So I'm going to make double the mix because I've got a big family. So let's do it. So first up, we've got 2 eggs. I'm just going to break these into my machine like that, nice and easy. And then I've got some little bit of saffron here, and we're just going to make a little saffron tea. Now we don't want to add too much water to this because we just want enough to sort of colour it and not disturb our lovely recipe. So let that brew for a bit. So as it's brewing, let's give it a second, and we'll pop it into our eggs. Awesome. Just put that bit of a blend. And a pinch of salt. I prefer to use crystal salt. And you see that our eggs are suddenly beautiful and yellow, and they're going to have a really nice flavour of the saffron as well. So stop that. So 200 grams, because I'm making double the amount. We chop it in, and then we just let the machine do the rest. Alright, so come and have a look. So you see in here, it's all joined together. Perfect, that's all we need. How easy is that? Alright, let's take out our machine. I'm just going to grab, so once again, we're just going to have a little bit of a knead. So just grab some, get a paper towel. Make sure your table's nice and dry, especially if you're messy like me. And we're just going to dust. So we don't need a lot, we don't want sort of a snowdrift there, we just want a little dusting. Carefully take off your pasta dough, nicely. And as you notice, it's got that nice yellowy colour from the saffron, and we're just going to knead it into a nice smooth ball. It doesn't need a lot because the machine done most of the work. And then at this stage, we need to just chop it into 4 little pieces. Now, the main reason I do that is so you see that beautiful colour there. We're going to allow the dough to chill out, have a bit of a rest. So just nicely wrap very quickly, nice and easy. And this just gives us the perfect sizes when we go to the next step of rolling it through the pasta machine. So at this stage, if you're following along, it's a good time to press pause on that button and come back once you've got this into your fridge rested for 20 minutes, and then we can continue So our next step now, after our pasta dough is rested for about 20 minutes, is to roll it through this lovely pasta machine. So pasta machines generally have a couple of rollers there, and they've got a dial here with numbers. Now they'll either go from 10 to 1 or 1 to 10, depending on the sort of brand that you have. My particular one here has been used a few times. The numbers are starting to wear away, but you can probably just about to see number 1, which is essentially the widest setting. And we're going to roll it through, then drop down to the next number, and slowly as we go through each number, these rollers become thinner and thinner. Hence then we keep rolling the pasta through and we have sort of a noodle thickness, if you like. So let's get started. So even at its widest setting, my pasta dough isn't going to fit through there. So our first step is to dust our bench just very lightly, doesn't need lots. Grab a bit of a rolling pin and let's just roll our pasta to the first, essentially as thick as the first setting on the machine, so then we can start rolling it through the pasta. Okay, so let's get going. Try and keep it a similar width as the machine, just to make our life a little bit easier. All right. There we go. Nice. So grab our machine, we grab the crank handle, and just on the side here simply pop it in, and that rolls the rollers. Doesn't get any simpler than this, does it? Okay, little dust on the rollers. And let's get the first, move that out of the way. Let's get our first roll through. Look at that. I always like to do it a couple of times on the widest. There we go. So at this stage now, I drop it down to the next number, which slowly closes these rollers together. And we go through, like so. Once again, down to number 3. And it's quite a nice, relaxing, peaceful job, I think. Just go through number 3 just a little more. So each time you put it through the rollers, just make sure you've got a little bit of flour there. Again, you don't need sort of truckloads. We just don't want the pasta to stick on the rollers. Look at that, looking good, and you can see actually in the dough all the flecks of saffron. Let's grab organise my flour a little bit better, but there you go. And I think we'll go down to the next setting. And at that stage, see, it's getting longer. What are we on? We're on to, don't know, all the numbers are gone. I think we're on about number 6 now, 5 or 6. And it's feeling, I kind of like this thickness. So next job is to cut the noodles. So these machines have some lovely, wonderful attachments to them. This is just the one I have. This particular really small one will do linguine, and this will do the fettuccine. So we'll go for some fettuccine today. So I just attach that to the machine, and then the handle just simply, we take it out of the main rollers and pop it into the fettuccine hole handle. A little dust. And of course, if you really want to make lasagna with fresh pasta, you could just cut your lasagna sheets from here. So I'm just going to grab this little tray. This is the exciting bit. It's quite fun when this comes through. Let me just dust those a little bit. So I'm just going to, can you get that, Sam? Yep. I'm just going to drop the pasta into the fettuccine cutters, and then kind of going to hug my machine, give it like a hug. And as you can you see all those noodles coming through, and guide them through. So you want to steady, not too fast, not too slow. And there we have our pasta. Look at that. Sensational. A little dust on there. This is where at this point you can hang it on a little pasta tree, dry them out. But to be honest with you, there is nothing like eating fresh noodles that you've just made. So our next step is to go and cook these and see the end product. Okay, so the moment we've all been waiting for to fill our bellies. Okay, so we've got a beautiful fresh pasta. I've got a few little bits of herbs that my garden gave me. I'm not a great gardener, so let's boil up the water. So main thing about fresh pasta as opposed to dried, this is going to virtually take 5 seconds to cook. That's the amazing thing about it. So bring plenty of water to boil, pop in some salt, and I like to add oil. I know there's a big discussion as to whether it does it any good or not, but I just like it. So once we're really waiting for that boil, rapid boil, and there we go, look at that, nice and quick and easy. We'll grab a sieve ready to drain it. So then we just simply add the pasta to our water. Okay. Just give it a gentle stir, just to stop it sticking together. And all we're really waiting for now is for that to come back to the boil. Pretty much once it's reached boiling point again, it'll be cooked and ready to sort of throw through our butter. So shouldn't be too long. Okay, so there we go, nice and boiling, and you can see it's a fabulous colour, and the pasta is cooked. Make sure you can hold your pan. Drain off the water. Put the pan over there because we'll have a little bit of pasta water we can use in a minute, and then just whack our wok onto the stove, a little olive oil, and just wait for all that to heat up. Meanwhile, I shall with the basil. I'm just going to break that into little bits. Like so. I've got some bit of thyme here too, so we can chuck a few nice herbs through our noodles. A bit more basil there. Smells lovely. And I got some chives. Grab my chopping knife. Just give myself a little bit of room here. There we go. Just mix those through the noodles right in the last minute. All right. So, oil's nice and warm, our pan's nice and warm. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of butter. Put in our noodles. And we just need to season with a little crystal salt, and I personally like quite a lot of pepper. Believe me, when you one advantage of Cook House is they get to eat things that have just been cooked. I remember we used to churn ice cream, and that scoop of tasting ice cream, the second it got churned and was ready, was like sensational. If you make this dish, you're going to get an insight into what we as cooks get to taste. So I'm just going to mix that around. Maybe just a little more butter on the side there. Beautiful. And the herbs are escaping. Right, put them back. All right, let's go over to our little bowl. Twist. And just give it a little garnish. And there's our buttered noodles. How sensational was that? So easy, nice and relaxing. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget, like and subscribe. We have been making more videos for you to see. And it's going to be all about cooking and how simple you can create stuff. And very cheaply as well. Thanks very much, guys. See you at the next time.